Hello and welcome to CIPD Bitesize. In this video, we're going to be looking at AC1.4 from the 5001, which is Organizational Performance and Culture in Practice. Now, this is a big scenario-based question. You work for Chaffinch Group. They've recently bought Calmere House, and you really need to ensure that you reference the scenario when answering the question. So, let's have a look. Part one, by all means, pause it, read it. I'm not going to read it to you because there's 2 pages of this. And nobody wants me to read 2 pages on every video. So have a read. Calmere House, David and Anne set it up. Kirsten bought it. Chaffinch Group bought it. Kath came in as a manager. Staff weren't happy. Residents weren't happy. Chaffinch Group aren't happy. Nobody's happy. You're going to fix it because you're a smart HR person. Page 2. By all means, pause it if you need to read it fully. People want to see an ROI. People want to fix the problems. We want to improve technology. These are all the things that we're trying to do. Now, have a look at the question. Under Kirsten's ownership of Calmere House, there was little investment in technology. Chaffinch Group want to change this approach and have decided to implement technology to deliver better patient care and employee experience. Assess, verb, how technology could be used by Chaffinch Group and how this would impact work at Calmere House. So, assess is your verb. So you're going to assess, or you're going to be working out what technology could be used and how it could impact. You're assessing it by showing the validity and outcome that it may have from what you found and what evidence is out there. How technology could be used. Read what they're doing at the moment. Obviously, the technophobes, everything was done collaboratively. How could we improve patient care? How could we improve staff engagement at Chaffinch Group? Now, this is one of 12 questions. You have 4,550 words for 5001, which means you have 380 words to answer this question. CIPD want you to lay your work out like this, where you put AC 1.4 up here, and then you write your answer underneath. That's how they want it structured, so that it's all clear and consistent. They want to make sure that you refer to the scenario. They want to make sure that you use references and citations to prove your thinking. It's not I think, it's evidence shows. Evidence shows, not I think, is what we're going for. And you need to build this. So the reason they've done this is because obviously everyone, AI, well, how's AI going to help with patient care? What is it that you're going to do with it? How is that proven to work? And these are the questions that you need to have when you start to think about this question. So as always, here's a bit of an answer plan. Your question is AC 1.4. Your verb is assess. Is the scenario required? Yes. The word count 380. Action point 1, assessing how technology could be used. So you're going to assess the technology and then could be used. And so you're going to do an assessment about how it could be used, and then you're going to do how this would impact. Action point 1 is how it could be used. Action point 2 is showing the impact. These are where I put my references. So I would do one for the technology and how it's used by a different care home, or how it's used in HR differently. And then how it would impact, I would find a case study and a reference. And I think because all these great technologies will be like, oh, this is all what we do, but there'll be so many case studies because they want to demonstrate value and make sure that it's got an author, it's cited, it's got stats and research to it and stuff like that, and use those to support your answer. We don't want to be seeing things like, oh, well, someone wrote on LinkedIn. You can write anything on LinkedIn, but what we want is source, author, research, proper evidence. Now, as always, here's an example of a study plan filled in, and here's some recommended reading. Now, CIPD fact sheet, technology, AI, and the future of work. This is going to talk about technologies and things like that. If you're thinking about, well, what could we use to improve things? A CIPD webinar, which is AI in the workplace, what's ethical? And then we've got preparing your organization for AI use. This could be anything from, when you're thinking about patient care, this could be anything to organization of pills, organization of timings, creating a schedule for people, making sure that you've got the right people on the right floors to be able to do what you need to do so that you're not having to do complex planning. There are a whole range of things that could be done, but these will give you ideas This recommended reading will give you ideas. You then need to think about a care home and what a care home needs. Care home doesn't need AI personal chatbot assistants, because can you imagine? I can't imagine my grandparents sitting there trying to chat with a chatbot to go, I just want a cup of tea. What do I do? Do you know what I mean? Think about it from a care home perspective. Put yourself in that. You've got to reference a scenario with this. Now, as always, to try and help you understand the question a little bit more, we tend to give you a bit of a fictitious scenario, just something, just put a twist on the question so that you can have a little bit of an idea. And in this, you are going to be a builder. So if you think about AI, for example, as a power tool, assess to the extent AI could be used in your organization or an organization you're familiar with. So imagine it's a construction company, a little bit like a care home, seems to be a little bit more sort of involved in people and not sort of a desk-based. Different types of AI tools are used, like different power tools. Hammer, drill, saws, each have a specific purpose to increase efficiency and productivity correctly. So whilst you might be thinking, okay, well, they just drive diggers and they put things, there's schedules, there's contracts, there's holiday planning, there's scheduling. AI usage could be a number of different tools that a construction company could use. And think about tools or applications within your organization. Think about things that have changed at this moment in time. Now, you might be like, oh, hybrid working, 4-day working week. Well, that doesn't necessarily work for patient care, which is 24/7. So this is where this question gets really interesting, because obviously you can just go, okay, well, let's just say we're going to implement ChatGPT into everything. It doesn't work in a care home. But it can work in elements, and it's about you thinking about those elements that are pain points for their industry. So in construction, it's not the tools that's the problem, it's the organization normally. Now look at this case study. This is as close as I can get. Look at this case study, read this case study, look at the things people are not happy with, look at the things people are not engaged with, look at the things people are not involved in, look at how the recruitment's changed. Think about things and technologies that you could use to improve these elements. And this will lead you to the answer, because whilst you can look at a care home, this is a very hands-on process, just as construction is a very hands-on process. There are elements that could use help. That may improve patient care, and it may improve staff care. Think about it from that perspective, and you'll come closer. So how could technology be used by Chaffinch Group, and how would it impact work at Calmere House? It's not just a direct patient care, it's work. And by work, that impacts patient care. If you can make the staff more efficient, they can spend more time with patients and delivering better palliative care. These are the things you need to think about with this particular question. Absolutely best of luck. I'm sure you'll do absolutely great. And we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.